There you go. Now you should be able to hear me. Okay. 4 minutes in, and you couldn't hear me. Sorry about that. I wonder if I should put this in other places, just to maybe on my Art of Lavalle. Let's see. I'll just write, how about some late night streaming? How about some late night streaming, live streaming? All right. There we go. All right. So I'm going to get started here. If only I could hear you guys too, or whoever's in here. I think it's just Warren for now, but a couple more people might end up joining. But I don't want it to be too huge. It's low. I'm actually talking low, so if I talk loud like this, you could probably hear me better, right? I'm actually just talking low because it's late at night and people are sleeping, so that's why I'm talking low. And I apologize. Desmudging. So when I talk normal, can you hear me okay? Like, am I louder? Like right now? Can you hear me better? You should be able to. All right, very good. Okay, let me get started on this. So I was just doing some desmudging. I just got this whole area here and the area over here. I'm basically just doing the outer rims right now. Just trying to give it, you know, a nice look. Oop. And it's just us, so you can ask questions and stuff, and I'll talk. However, people might join if they do. So what you been up to, Warren? What's going on? Move this a little bit. I move this. Do you hate that when you're using two screens? You'll lose your mouse. There we go. Okay. So yes, I'm just doing the outer parts of the outside. So then the next live stream, I think I'll be coloring the inside, or not coloring, but desmudge. Well, yeah, coloring and desmudging the inside. But I just like to get a little further along. Oh, that's cool. Doodling. I do a lot of that myself, as you know. So I was over at Don's today, and he had me update the Don Bluth Theater website with an exact date of when they're opening. So we actually have an opening date now for Don's Theater, which is good because I know a lot of people in the neighborhood here have been waiting and waiting for Don's Theater. Did you ever see a show? I don't think you ever saw a show there. I think we're a mean ago. The only problem was there was not like any good shows. Like it was like older shows, and you missed out on the Wizard of Oz one. That would have been fun, but a lot of the shows he had were things I've already seen before, so I don't want to go again. It's like going and seeing a movie multiple times. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Warren. When you come back, we'll do it. Or if you come back, we'll do it. Apparently, they've got some really good shows coming up in 2020. Oh my goodness, 2021. I swear, this year just disappeared. Look at this. It's just going to be boom, gone. Nice. this year has just been a roller coaster, as you know. It's been a roller coaster for you as well. Okay, let's see. Get the tool here. I might not actually make this live stream live though, because it's not really talking. I just thought I would do one for us, yeah. People can technically join. I just don't think they're gonna. Let's see. I only put a link on the Art of Lavalle, and it's late at night, so I'd be surprised if anybody joins. However, I do got some good news. I just found out. Well, I'll be honest. I think 2020. I mean, even though it's been rough, I actually don't hate this year. Well, I think that this year it wasn't that bad for me. I mean, I've gotten to new things, as you know, and started a couple new projects. So, I mean, I don't find 2020 to be all that bad because, I started a new YouTube channel that's doing really well, and the other YouTube channel is doing amazingly well, and then there's a lot of things are growing this year. So, I've actually been, besides the whole not being able to go out thing, I've been able to, a lot of people, including myself, have been able to work from home and be home and have an excuse to be home. So it gives us more time to work on projects. Ooh, no. Work on projects. There we go. Okay, rabbit area gone. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a lion. Whoops. Facebook is showing. There we go. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Get this area, get a couple of the insides. Could probably do this too. Bring that down a little bit. This is I don't know if you were in that last live stream, but I taught the blend tool, which is over here. Look, it went from being really sharp right here to being really nice blended. You see that? It makes everything look just a lot nicer, and it blends it. So it's not this sharp edge anymore. Looks really nice like that. See? It's a pretty good tool in Clip Studio. Alright, let's go back over here. Got to be careful with the lion. I just know that new Bluth fable, when I was over at Don's tonight, and he showed me the new one, I love it. And I read this one again, too, because I forgot the story of this one. I've been working on it, and I forgot the story, and then people ask me what the story is, and I know it, like, the basics of it, but, like, the actual story. So I got to read the story again of this. And when I read it, Don was like, "You're totally reading it wrong." I was reading it, he's like, "The pacing is wrong," because it's like a rhyme, nursery rhyme, so you have to read it like hickory dickory dock, the clock jumped up, or the mouse jumped off the clock, or Humpty Dumpty had a good fall. You can't read Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. You can't read it like that. You have to read it like with the beats, like music, like a musical number. That's why they call them nursery rhymes. But you have to read them a certain way. So I read this story wrong, and he just laughed at me and said, "You're reading it all wrong." Let's see. I probably shouldn't go too much in there. I'll be, does this bring back memories? Doing this? Oops. Let's go over here. What is that? I'll leave it just in case, but sometimes it's just random things sticking out of nowhere. what I noticed about the next fable, what was it called? It was called, I forgot. It was like a couple hours ago. I'm getting old. But no, it was really good though. I really enjoyed the next one. The drawings were just, oh gosh, and there's not too much shading. So for the next ones, we might actually color everything, not just do shading like this one. I mean, this is all new, something brand new, new style, new idea. So it's going to be a learning curve when it comes to how we're going to make these or release these. But I kind of like the idea of them all being in color, like everything being in color with no background. We could do backgrounds if we could hire a background artist, but as of right now, we don't have that kind of money. Or even animate these. These would be good little shorts. I know. I mean, someone else was saying that too about YouTube having a lag, and I don't know why. Like they're like, I went to Facebook so I wouldn't watch the lag, and I was like, no. The whole reason I'm doing this is hoping to build up the YouTube. There's got a lot of cool stuff coming up soon that we'll be doing. Let's see. Get around here, eat all that up. I feel like Pac-Man. Waka 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 boop boop waka 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 waka. Get this here. Go around there. It's a good test though. I don't think I can do just YouTube because the software made me do some weird custom thing. I'm still new to this thing. It's called Streamlabs. Actually, you know what? I'll show you. Let me just eat up this real quick. I'll show you what it had me do. Because it wanted me to log in. It wanted me to do Facebook, and I didn't want to do Facebook. So, because if I do Facebook, then there'd be a bunch of people that jump in. And I just wanted to have a quiet, private live stream tonight. Also, a fly got in here. Giant fly, too. It's humongous. So if you hear a bzz, that's me going bzz, bzz, not the fly, because you probably can't hear the fly. It's only 11:38. So it's not that late. If it was like 3 a.m., maybe, but still early over here. Almost done with the outer sides. I might do some of this tomorrow too. I really do like doing the live streams, and that's why I'm doing one right now. But I really like doing live streams. I feel like my work is the work that I do is, I don't know, it's like doubled. It's like I can go back and watch it, or look at that. But yeah, so I can go back and watch it, or that's the leg, isn't it? Yeah. Because in fact, I've actually watched some of the live streams and saw what I was doing or saying, and thinking, how can I make these live streams better? Because I just started doing these, and I'd really like to make them better so more people join and people get excited about it, and they're like, I can't wait till the next live stream, that kind of thing. All right, get all this in here. Probably should have used a bigger brush. Get rid of that, erase that. Nice and clean. Get rid of some of that. It's too much there, too much there. Yeah, you're 2 hours ahead of us here in Arizona. Okay. Got that. Got all the outer. Whoop. Let me get in here. Am I lagging? Like, does it skip or anything like that? I'm curious. In the description of this live stream, I was like, the super secret live stream. Because I don't even think it told my subscribers I was live, because I didn't even get a notification that I was live. And usually when I go live, it gives me a notification. So, and I think that's because, here, let me pop that open here. It's this. So this is the live stream thing. But I don't see, because usually it'll say both people. Yeah, it's not here. I don't want to click on anything because it might stop the stream. Follow me, Letterboxd, Chapcop, intermission. No, that's not right. I'll be right back. That's not it either. Intro. Nope. There we go. The bird hop. So I was going to do like this little thing where it was like, now loading. It was going to be the little bird hop. And then like you'd see behind him a little now loading and to be following him while he was hopping. All right, let me go back to live scene. Sure. I don't see why not. Whoops, crap. There we go. Yeah, no ping, probably. Well, it was because you know this program, what's it called? This program, Streamlabs, is a video game program. So what I did is I took a theme and then just changed the theme up and added my own stuff to it. You know, so I've got my own logo. You know, I've got my own chat box, and I did a little subscribe thing on the bottom left. But all that I created all that, and yeah, so I think I used that Streamlabs game Colossus to do that. So I basically took a theme they gave me and edited it and made it look better. All right. Now, I think this is a hole. This is a hole too, yeah. So get in there. Yeah. So yes, I just took some theme and just, what is it? Reverse engineered it. All last night, I was, because you told me you went to Whataburger, I was thinking about Whataburger. I was like, man, I kind of want Whataburger. I wonder if I should leave that here like this. I don't know. I know this is his. I don't want to go. Well, I'll go like this. I'll go around. I know the Discord is quiet around this time, so I don't think anybody will actually even know we're on. Yeah, I do want to try it. I saw the video that guy made, but it didn't look appealing. I don't know. There's something about Whataburger. Just as every time I've had Whataburger, I just regret it afterwards. It's like, ugh. I just feel my thighs saying, "You're making me fatter." I don't like that feeling. And then the next morning, I feel like I'm drunk. Hey, TC Bay. How'd you find us, if I might ask? Did you find us on the Discord or doing a late night top secret stream? Welcome. Not many people are going to see this stream, so it's going to be very, very private, very small. And I might not keep it on the YouTube page. I haven't decided yet. Let me zoom out here. Discord, nice. Yeah, I'm just going to erase that. That works for me. Toasty bread. Super secret mission. Yeah, I noticed I said everybody or everyone, and somebody on there got upset. It's like, it pinged me. I was trying to sleep or something. Well, then turn off your notifications. Let's see. It actually says that there are 4 people in here. That's like a normal live stream for most people. Let's see. I have been spoiled by you guys. All right, so I'm going to clean up. Should I do the bunny or the lion? Kind of want to do a lion. He's smaller. I don't know. What do you think, Seabay and Warren? Should I do the bunny or should I do the lion? There is like, I think, an 18-second delay, so I will drink water while that delay happens. Do the bunny, Seabay says. And Warren says, I gotta turn the air conditioning. Bunny time. Okay, bunny it is. Let me turn on the air conditioning. I was watching The Toxic Crusader while I was doing this, and I was like, I should just see if Warren wants to go on live stream because he missed it. Then he was like, yeah, man, let's do it. It's bunny time. Do 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 do. Mortal bunny. All right, let's see. And because it's super late night, I could be goofy and silly a little bit more than usual. There's not too many questions, so I can just focus. Which I don't mind the questions. I actually enjoy that, but I do have to get this done. When I went over to Don's today, he asked me, "How far along are you?" And I showed him the live stream, and it's so funny because I showed him the live stream, and then I was talking about Don Bluth University, and he said, "That's great." He was so happy I was talking about the university in the live stream while doing a Bluth Fable, so he's very happy about that. Yeah, that's cool, T-Bay. I really appreciate you being here with us. Get all this right here. See, the bunny, you got to be very careful around his face. You got to make sure you don't eat the line and ruin. Oop, I ate the line. You don't eat the line and ruin. Oh, I did it again. My goodness. There we go. Make sure you don't ruin the drawing. I think I should leave that too. That looks like a. Get in here, get the nose. Because when I get around like the legs and stuff or the outer areas, I really don't go too slow. But I want to go slow in the face because usually the face is what people look at. The eyes. Because I want to see what they're looking at. You're just automatically, by habit, drawn to look at the eyes. unless there is stuff telling you to focus, like a focal point that's telling you to focus somewhere else. But usually it is the eyes that people will look at. So if I turn on the air conditioning, can you hear the air conditioning? I'm curious, because I was doing live stream earlier and I was like, man, I'm getting hot, because it is Arizona. Yeah, yeah, this is going to be really cool. And hey, CBay, if you haven't, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. If you subscribe, it pops up on the video, and your name pops up on the video. It says that you subscribe. So please, if you haven't, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And also, I think if you do subscribe, you'll be subscriber number 400. You'll be the 400th subscriber, which is pretty cool. Let me double check here. Let me go to... Oh, never mind. We've got a 400 subscriber. Let's see. 400. All right. But you'll be 401. Unless you are number 400. That's okay too. But yeah, so I'm trying to get more subscribers. And we'll be doing a lot of animation stuff. As soon as Don's Theater opens, I'm going to do like a tour of Don's studio. Or not Don's studio. Don's Theater. The studio is his house, so I can't really do I really can't do one there because that's his home, and we don't want to invade his privacy. Even though there are some photos of me working out of his house, but we don't want to, let's see. Okay, go on here. So I'm not quite sure. He didn't there's a lot of these lines he didn't close off. You see that? So I just have to make it up as I go. Might have to open up Photoshop, and I'll do that later. Or ask him and see what he wants me to do. Because that's his ear, so I know I gotta go around that. Oh, eating the line. Can't eat the line. Bad Lavalle. Let's see. Oh, I can't see the chat anymore. Let's see. You two love the way you use Color Toasty. Subscribe, don't worry. Thanks. I support you. Yes! I support you! Thank you. Thank you, Warren. It means a lot from you. Do you guys hear my air conditioning? I think I asked that. I'm really curious if you can hear the air conditioning. Because otherwise, I'm going to have air conditioning on in all my streams. At least until the winter time, then I won't. Also, we did some really cool stuff today at Don's house. I also scanned the next Bluth Fables, and man oh man, I cannot wait to start on that one. I know this one's not done yet, but I really want to start on that one. And I noticed there's not as much smudge on that one, because he's like, you don't want me to shade it? I was like, no, I don't want you to shade it. So there's no shading on it, so it'll be much easier to... I'll be doing smudge up a lot faster. Oops. Let me get in here. I can't hear your AC chill. All right, I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I wish I was cold. It's actually really, really hot. It's Arizona, so it gets like 100 every day, 115. Warren can't hear it either. Good. No. Don did not animate in Hercules. Don was not at Disney during the 90s. So, Don did not animate on Hercules. But it's not a dumb question. Sometimes, you don't know the history, So it's good to ask questions to find out the history. Therefore, you know. I think... I'm not sure what year Hercules was, 92, 93, 94. Don was busy. I think he was still in Ireland, or he was just coming back here, and he was going to start on Anastasia, and depending on what year it was, he was either in Ireland or he was back here in the States in Arizona, starting Anastasia, or Tainei. I'm just not sure what your Hercules was. All right. How does his face look? Does it look good? I think it looks good. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, let's get in here and get his body and his feet. Still a lot of him to do, but I'm glad I'm mixing it up a little bit. That's cool, Steve. Yeah, Western animation. I mean, Western animation now is just the past you're talking about, but you know, we're hoping to change that, bring back hand-drawn animation. I mean, it's sort of coming back, slowly but surely. I wanted to talk about this on my live stream earlier, but there's a show I've been watching on Netflix. It's 2D animated. It's amazing. It's Castlevania. And I know some of the animation is done in America, and a lot of it is done overseas. But I know some of it's in America because I saw them. They had an ad that said they were hiring animators in Texas, and I think it's Powerhouse that does it in Texas. That works on that's working on Castlevania. A small studio out there. That's Warren's neck of the wood. Yes, Castlevania. Have you seen all the seasons? I just finished season 3. Man, that was intense. Like the final moments, it was like all 3 stories. It's insane. Let's see. Not sure who that is, Seabay. It is crazy good. I love that show. Now I'm watching a show called, I think it's called Game Over. It's about video games and the history of video games. It's very interesting. A lot of the stuff I already knew because I lived through it. But it's cool to watch the history and they actually interview everybody who created, like the guy who created Mortal Kombat, the guy who created Mario, the head of Sega who took on Nintendo, and the creator of Sonic and all that stuff. They interview everybody. They just, man, that is a good documentary. And they go to Japan. I mean, there's a lot of that must have cost a lot of money to produce just that documentary alone because it's so detailed. It's really nice. Yeah, those fight scenes. I mean, I remember the end of season 2. Actually, my favorite fight scene in Castlevania would be the end of season 2 when they fight Dracula and Dracula's horde. Man, that was just I recorded that part with my phone, just so I could send it to people I knew online and say, "Look at this. You need to watch this show. This show is epic." All right, let's get in here to the arm. Let's see. Get over here. Oops, eating the line, eating the line. There we go. Go around here, okay. Let me just take out this chunk. Chunky. Chunky. There we go. All right. Get around this shoulder right here. Hey, Charles is in here. Charles Moss, what's up? I actually recognize that avatar. Alright, let me get around this. Oop. Accidentally eaten a line. This is like a secret Discord only. The ceiling? Not quite sure what you're saying. The ceiling. What do you mean the ceiling? Get around here. And then down here. Get around here. Oop. Get around here. Go up. Clean that. Okay. Now I can actually take out this whole chunk. Oop. This whole chunk. It's a nice chunky. Boom. Nice. was good. Oh, what's up the ceiling? I get you. Very funny. All right, CB, I'll check that out. I actually think I saw an ad for that. I forgot where I saw it, but I saw an ad. Is that? What is this? This is something that I'm working on at Don Bluth Studios with Don, and it's called Bluth Fables. And Bluth Fables is basically Don Bluth nursery rhymes. So what's going to happen here is that I'm cleaning up the drawing, coloring it, and Don will narrate. So I'll be like, once upon a time, such and such, and you'll see his words underneath, and then it'll flip pages. So it's called Bluth Fables, where Don's written about, I keep forgetting the number, but it's like 10 or 12 different like stories, short stories that we're turning into art and then either a book, but we're going to put them together narrated with like turning of the pages and stuff like that. And it's going to be 100% free online for Don Bluth fans. Because a lot of fans are saying, we want new stuff from Don Bluth. And I've been telling them. And we're working on some stuff, but we can't talk about it. It's top secret stuff. Then I was like, let's just do something that's quick. Doesn't take too much time. I can do it in my free time. He just has to draw them. He drew them. He wrote them and drew them. And then I just do the smudge up and color them. And then we give them away for free. It's as easy as that. For the fans. Because Don's got a lot of fans. But yeah, so there's different. I can show you. Let me show you a different page. Let me pull one up here. Give me a second. If I can find it. I got a lot of things open, so bear with me here. There we go. So this is the one I finished last week. This is a page, a finished page. Let me go over here. Where is the mouse? Oh, wrong side. Okay, so gotta get this back. Okay, so there you have it. This is a page that's actually already finished, and I basically am just getting rid of all the smudge. Yeah, you missed this yesterday, Warren. This is it. This is done. Nice and done. In fact, what is this? Is this? I actually think, yeah, this is actually not the finished one. That was not finished. Let me find the finished one. There it is. I changed it to a PSD. This, if it starts lagging, sorry. There we go. This is the finished one. As you can see, we've closed off where the colors are and added shading and all that stuff, and I fixed this area over here, but here it is. Nice and done. So what happens is there'll be narration underneath. It's like a book, basically like a book. And Don will read, there'll be some music, and then once he finishes the page, it'll flip. Long purple boy is mine. Nice, eBay. Warren says the little brickered guy at the bottom left is my favorite. Yeah, I like the red guy too. Actually, I came up with the colors for the lion and this guy, and Don accepted both the colors. I was so surprised. He just wanted to add yellow eyes and some shading, but he let me choose the colors for these characters. So, and the hair and everything. So I was very, very happy about that. So, but yeah, this is what I finished before I started this today, earlier in today's stream. Earlier today at I think it was like 4 o'clock. But then I showed everybody in the earlier stream this, and they loved it. I think it was great. Okay, so now, as you can see, I'm doing the same thing here. I'm getting rid of all the smudge inside of the arms and the hands and around them, and then I'll grayscale the background items and then color the main characters, and then it'll be done. And I guess I can show you guys the next drawing, but don't show anybody. Don't tell anybody that I showed you. But let's see it. The next drawing is, if I can find it, I think it's page 3. It's going to be upside down, but you'll get the point. Here it is. I think I can flip it. Whatever. But there you go. That's going to be the next one. And it's going to be flipped 90 degrees that way. So, whoop, that way. But that's the next drawing I'm going to be working on after I finish this one. Right here. He's a purple kangaroo. Yes, Warren, that's correct. But no one has seen... Hey, Crystalline! Hey, welcome! You made it to the super secret late night live stream. I had to work tonight on this, and I figured I'll just do a YouTube broadcast for people just on YouTube and see if anybody joins. I'm seeing how many people are actually in here now. We've got 8 viewers, it says. It says 8 concurrent viewers, so I'm not quite sure if that concurrent means they're still in here or they just visited and they left. I don't know. But yeah, let me finish what I was doing here. But welcome, Crystalline. You got to see the secret page. That's cool. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think you've been watching since the start, so I really appreciate it. You know, that you're going to be seeing a lot of really cool stuff. I talked to Don today, and the next story is just amazing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this story, but I'm actually think the next story that we're doing for Blue Fables is going to be better than this one. And there's not as much smudge, so probably I'll get through it a lot faster. The next one. But yeah, welcome back in the middle of the night while your eyes are burning. I appreciate it. All right, let's get his hand around his hand. Okay, let me erase that. Yeah, it started out just I called up Warren and I was like, hey man, you missed the live stream. It's like, I'm thinking about just doing one right now for just the kicks. And he's like, I'll join. I was like, all right, let's do it. So here we are. All right, so there's a lot of desmudging. And Crystalline, if you haven't noticed, from earlier today, I've cleaned up so much smudge. There was smudge everywhere, all around here. And I got rid of it all. So the next live stream will be a quicker one. I'm thinking the next live stream, what I should do is just color. And on Monday. And just color. So maybe I'll just desmudge this whole thing tomorrow and over the weekend. And then all the free time I can get on it. And then just on Monday, just do a live stream of just coloring. Which I think would be kind of fun. C-Bay says, looks nice and dynamic. Yeah. Yes, I did. Well, I mean, I only started when I started the live stream. Because I was out and about. I went to Don's house and we were discussing some things and discussing the stream and the university and his theater and stuff and plans for the future. Man, my goodness, this is really messy. It's hard for me to see where something starts and where it ends. Like this right here I think this is his chest hair. I'm positive, yeah, it's his chest hair. Yes, coloring would be satisfying to watch. Yeah, you'll see it. Yeah, it just C-Bay, I know you subscribe to me, but click that notification bell because then it will notify you on your phone or on your computer or tablet when I start live streaming on Monday. And I'll try to get as far as I can again on this, and then you can be part of that live stream on Monday where I color, and then yeah, you can be part of that, and then everything's good, and you see me color, and I could finish this. I could finish this one because I like to finish this one, and then start the next one. The next one's gonna be difficult because he's underwater. So Don said, he's like, I'll let you figure out the colors, and then we'll decide from there. So uh, he's giving me another shot to come up with colors because that's one of my hardest subjects is color, big time. And I want to get better at it, but the only way to get better at it is to make mistakes. So and then have someone tell you you made mistakes. So I'm going to color the next shot, and then Don will of course make changes, or he'll accept my colors. But I know that he's underwater. The line will be underwater, so I'm going to have to give him like a blue tint, like he's as if he's underwater. So let me just get rid of all this. I just find it weird. It's like hanging freely. It just seems kind of strange to me, but maybe when I color it, it'll be okay. I guess maybe I can just leave it. Oh no, I'm having a hard time deciding about this area right here. Should I let the lines just open up the thin air? Okay, done. Click the bell. Thank you so much. Sorry, I had to drink some water. It is so dry here in Arizona today. You have no idea. It's like unbearably hot, and it's just so dry. Let's see. Get in here. Just some smudge over here. Another thing I noticed while doing these is I'm doing it on a 16-inch Cintiq. Crystalline says for the underwater pick, you could color it normally and then just do a gradient tinted layer over it. I thought about that. That is actually a good idea. I was thinking about just covering it all in blue and then just like some kind of sky blue and then bringing down the fill or the opacity. I might try that. But yes, you're right. I was thinking that. Or you could, like you said, I could do hue saturation or something like that as well, where with you just do that to the layer itself. But I think I was going to say something else a second ago, but I forgot. I'm sorry, guys. Let me get in here and start cleaning this. You know, I was actually quite surprised at how many people found me doing desmudging interesting to watch. I thought people would be bored senseless, but people actually enjoy it. And I try to, narrate what I'm doing as much as possible and, take on questions and let's see, get in here. Try to make it exciting as possible. I plan on doing actual live videos and stuff with me in it, going places or doing things animation related. Looking forward to doing that stuff. More top secret stuff I haven't told the other live stream rooms. Okay, let me get in here. Over here. Okay, looks good. See, when I do this, I don't know if you noticed, but I go really lightly over the lines, so they're not rough, or they're not pixelated. Like I showed in my earlier today, I showed in the live stream how using a lasso or auto select causes pixelation, even if you feather it, and sometimes when you feather it, you also will screw it up by eating the line, which is what I call it when you eat the artist's line and you break their line. And then they'll look at you and say, why did you just destroy my line? That line was there for a reason. And then they're like, I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. I'll do better next time. I promise. All right, let me clean around there. That looks good. Does Don Bluth have a third eye? No. I mean, this is top secret live stream. Normally, I'll just do live streams at a normal time where everybody can join, but this is exclusive to Discord. And because I've said that when I started Discord, that I was the Discord group, that I was going to do exclusive Discord stuff, and this is one of them. And hopefully we can grow it too. So but I wanted to do a smaller room, smaller gathering, more intimate. Because when there's like 50 to 100 people in there, sometimes I might miss someone's comment. I try to get to everybody's comments or questions, but I might miss them. But in this chat, I won't miss any of you guys' stuff because it's more intimate, smaller, where we can focus on, I can focus on drawing more, and we can also have a light discussion. Right, Warren? Right. That wasn't Warren, that was just my impression of him. Even though that does not sound anything like him, but I tried. Chrysaline says, eating the line like Reverse and Pac-Man? Pretty much, yeah. And I think I've shown you before what eating a line is, but eating a line is this. I just ate into the line. You see that? Or I'm like here's a line. Ooh, I just ate in the line. That's someone's line. And also like, hey, that's not my line. So I try not to eat their line. Let's see. C-Base is almost similar to when Blu-rays scrub the grain so much line work gets lost. It happened to the original Disney Cinderella movie. Yeah, it happens to a lot of stuff. Actually, a lot of non-Disney movies, when they put them on Blu-ray, I mean, quality just goes down bad. Really bad. There's some Blu-rays I've seen where they will re-release a movie and an animated movie, and it's just like, no, you stupid studio, you shouldn't have done that. You just ruined the movie. The colors change. They wash them out. I mean, DVD did the same thing. I remember watching Rockadoodle with Don, and he was like, what's wrong with the colors? And I was like, DVD, Don. It's the DVD. He's like, those are not the colors I chose. So the colors changed because of the quality of the media. All right, let's see. I'll get rid of all of this, and we'll have the crown nice and finished. There you go. Ooh. See all this down here. There we go. Very nice. The crown is not done. Now the crown is done. Nice and clean. Zoom out. There you go. Look at that. Woo-hoo. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I was told the other day that I do a lot of Jim Carrey references from the 90s. I mean, what was it like for him? It's hard for me to say. I wasn't there. But he doesn't talk about that movie much. And then when we did our campaign, we had a lot of stills. Nobody even chose that movie as like a perk. It's because we had some perks that were Troll in Central Park perks. Nobody bought those perks. So not many people liked Troll in Central Park. And Don doesn't talk about Troll in Central Park, for the most part. The movies he talks about mostly are Secret of NIMH, Land Before Time, American Tail. He'll talk about Rockadoodle. He'll talk about All Dogs Go to Heaven. He'll talk about his time at Disney, but he'll talk about Thumbelina even. But for the most part, we don't talk about Troll in Central Park. I don't think that was actually his idea. Remember, he was, I don't quote me on that, but he was part of a studio setting, and the studio people sometimes, I think it was Goldcrest, made decisions like, we want this, and then Don would have to come up with it, you know? I mean, that's what happened at Fox. Fox was like, after he did Anastasia, they said, we want you to work on Titan AE. And Titan AE was already being worked on by some other director, and that director already spent $30 million on that movie. So this guy already spent $30 million producing Titan AE. Then Don came in, and they were already over budget by $30 million. So he had to go in there and fix this catastrophe, and what you got was what came out. Was he did the best he could. You know, they incorporated CG, but for real though, I mean, sometimes studio heads, they just say, okay, we want you to do this, and you've got staff that need to work, so you just take the work. Crystalline says it's interesting that Mr. Bluth didn't draw in the points of the crown in the back of the crown. Yes, I agree. He did on the other drawing, where he drew the back end. But I guess it's just the perspective, so you don't see the back. Did Don work on Anastasia? I heard you mention Don directed Anastasia. Yes, that's Don's movie. Titan E was so underrated. Yes, it was. Titan E was an amazing movie. I enjoy it a lot. I've watched it multiple times. In fact, when Don and I went to California, I've said this story before, but you might not have heard it. When Don and I went to California to pitch a project we were working on, that didn't happen. But we went and pitched a project. We were staying in this Beverly Hills hotel, and he was in the room next to mine. And I was watching television because there's nothing else to do in a hotel besides watch TV or play on your phone. But I was flipping through the channels, and guess what movie came on? Titan A.E. While Don was in the other room. I remember I called him. I was like, hey, Don. He's like, yes. He does that to me sometimes. I was like, Titan A.E.'s on TV. He's like, oh, good. I'm going to go to bed. I was like, okay. So he went to bed now. And while I was in the other room, and he let me go, and then I watched Titan A.E. with Don Bluth, the director, in the room next to me in a Beverly Hills hotel. That was so epic for me. And I remember saying, this is crazy. And I hope one day that I am with maybe some young whippersnapper who's helping me with my movies or marketing or something, and I can go through the exact same thing he is, where I've got someone I'm mentoring or something, and just randomly a movie that I worked on or directed is on, and he goes, hey, I'm just watching your movie, and I say, I'm just going to go to bed. Enjoy the movie. Like it's no big deal. Crystalline says, I like Troll in Central Park, but it was never shown on TV much. I don't recall Trolls in Central Park perks for Indiegogo campaign, but I had a few things I was really hyped for. Yeah, well, we did have a couple Troll in Central Park stuff, but no one bought them. I think we might have sold one, while everything else sold hundreds, if not thousands of stuff. Well, I mean, towards the end of the campaign, we still had Trolls Central Park stuff. We never took it off. So you could still buy them. It's just no one wanted them. Charles says it's a shame that it was Titan A.E. that vanished him off the face of the earth. It wasn't Titan A.E. because after Titan A.E. they made something else, Charles. After Titan A.E., Don did Bartok the Magnificent, which was a direct-to-DVD movie. So, no, you're incorrect, sir. It was they made basically a sequel to Anastasia with Bartok, and it was a full-length feature film, but just made for DVD. Then after that, the studio wanted to go CG, and that was the end of 2D animation. So, no matter what, a lot of directors, a lot of artists lost jobs because of CG animation came in, and all the companies were saying, we're done with 2D animation. We're going to only make CG animation. And that was the death of 2D animation in the early 2000s. Let's see. Oh Lord, OLL, I need to study my history more. Yikes. Yes, that sounds amazing. Well, if you're an artist, you don't have to be. I mean, somehow I became an animation historian as well as an artist, so I just know a lot of animation history. I have a lot of friends who work in animation. They just tell me stories. Then there I go. I just know stories of stuff that happened in the animation world in the 90s and 80s and 2000s and on, because I'm in that world. And I just hope we make a story of the future of 2D animation that people will talk about 100 years from now, They could be saying, like, well, Lavalle did this, and he was working with Don Bluth and that, and then C-Bay was working with them, and so was Warren, and Crystalline was working there, and Charles, he started working with Lavalle, and then it was like this amazing animation they came up with, and games, and movies, and TV shows. You never know. I think this is like a handkerchief. and he's cleaning it. Let's see. Let me get in there. I think the next time I do a super secret YouTube stream, we'll go on Discord and we'll at everyone just to bug the people who hate the at everyone's. I think that'd be funny. Like, stop adding everybody. I don't like these notifications. Then turn off your notifications. Okay, there's some chatting going on. Okay. Warren says a good thing to do is have a binge watching marathon for his movies. You get lost in them. I agree. You know, I binge watch a lot of things. I binge watch anime. I binge watch movies. I just bought all the Indiana Jones movies. I'm gonna like binge watch all of them in a row, maybe this weekend while I work. I was binge watching the Toxic Crusaders because there's a bunch of episodes. But yeah, I do the same thing. I've binge watched Don's movies too, or Disney movies for that matter. You know, or like I also bought the Police Academy collection of all the movies, and I remember like maybe one or two of them, but I love that guy, that black guy that could back, he can just make all those noises and stuff. Guy's awesome. Let's see. Crystalline says, I've heard of Bartok the Magnificent, never saw it though. I didn't know Don Bluth actually did that sequel. Yeah, and in fact, that sequel, okay, so Don made the movie that Fox was like, let's make a movie that's for DVD DVD and home video. So they make the movie, and it's letterbox, so it's not widescreen. And then the Fox was like, wow, this is a great movie. We should release it in theaters. And then Don was like, we can't. It's letterbox. You told us it was going to be for television. And now it's back in the day before televisions were widescreen. So, yeah, Fox Studios, there might have been a different story if they released Bartok in theaters. Might have done amazing, but it's a great story and great animation. It's a gem if you haven't seen it. Definitely check it out. Let's see. C-Bay says it's such a shame 2D animation looks. It's such a wait. It's such a shame 2D animation looks so beautiful. Why is it a shame? I think that's the charm of it. It's not a shame. It's a wonderful thing. Crystalline says, I remember the death of 2D animation really ticked me off because it was especially disrespectful to those studios' roots, the very foundation of all the people who built the studios with 2D. You know, I agree. And what CG artists like right now, if you say it's down with CG or something like that, and like, but yeah, but all these jobs. I mean, you don't want CG to go away because then everyone will lose their jobs. What about the people who lost their jobs when CG took over? I don't see CG people caring that they took jobs away from 2D animators. So it's very very hypocritical of when I see comments like that from people who say, I don't want 2D to come back. Well, yeah, it needs to come back, and CG needs to go away, because and then take the jobs back because those jobs were originally for 2D animators. But I'll be honest, you know, 2D and CG can live side by side. I believe that. I mean, they're two different art forms. It's almost like saying watercolor and oil pastel can't be two different paintings. So they can live side by side. But I don't want to hear this argument I was hearing before about, CG, no, CG artists, they got to live, they got to earn a living. But yeah, great for them. But what about all the 2D animators? I mean, I know a lot of 2D animators who now are like real estate agents. I know a 2D animator who worked at Disney on like Mulan. He's a personal trainer. I mean, they had to go in the different fields of work, you know? I mean, some of them got jobs teaching at some crappy college because they needed to pay their bills because their life and their livelihood was animation, and then poof, it was gone. And all these young CG artists got to have work while the people who were working their butts off lost all their jobs. I mean, think about this. Like Don's studio had like 300-400 people. All those people lost their jobs. So, and those jobs went to, and then the new movies that came out were all CG, which was all new jobs for brand new people who knew CG. So, but anyway, that's enough of that rant. I could go on and on about that, that's for sure. Warren says, Lavelle has the most intense animation collection I've ever seen in my life. I don't think anyone knows more about the history of animation than he does. I disagree. There are people like Jerry Beck and Leonard Maltin, people who write books and stuff. Uh, there's another guy I know. His name is Ray Pointer. He wrote the book on Max Fleischer. But I do have a big collection, though. A lot of model sheets and cells and stuff, which I sell. Seabay says, like, maybe I understand CG in movies like Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse, but other than that, I never really liked the appeal of CG. When CG first came out, I always felt like the movies, I felt like I was watching a video game cutscene. Because all the video game cutscenes, like Final Fantasy and all the PlayStation games, they were all CG cutscenes. And the movies, I used to say that back in the day. I was like, I feel like I'm just watching a video game cutscene when I'd go to a CG movie. But now it's just normal, and everyone, watches it like it's a normal thing. Seabay says petty. I like that. Warren says LOL. Seabay says no, I meant the death of 2D animating. That was a shame. I love 2D. Oh my god. Well, here's the thing. 2D is coming back. Warner Brothers is doing stuff, tons of stuff. Scooby, Animaniacs. They're probably going to bring back Tiny Toons. Just watch. Disney. They're doing like Amphibia. But the problem is, and also Warner Brothers is doing like a lot of Batman and Superman stuff. But the problem is all the animation is shipped overseas, and they're paying people pennies. They're basically doing slave labor or cheap labor because because the executives and the top brass want to save money, and that's the bummer about it. But it is expensive to do animation, which it's understandable. But you can't say, "Hey, I'll pay you $5 an hour," or in their case, it's probably like $2 an hour. But you can't pay people nothing. People have to earn a living. So outsourcing makes sense, but the bad part of it, you lose jobs, and you're helping another country and giving them all your money and it's an American cartoon, it should be made in America. Or if it's a Canadian cartoon, it should be made in Canada. If it's a Japanese anime, it should be made in Japan, which they are. But the stories I've heard of anime is that they pay people very badly in Japan. I stopped working. I'm so sorry, guys. I should be working here. I'm just ranting. If I rant too much, just tell me to shut up, and then I'll start going back to work. Let me just get a couple of spots that I see. Chris Line says, I think there's room for both CG and traditional animation. I agree. Chris Line says, yeah, it was really tragic what happened to 2D animators. I agree. A lot of them still aren't animators. They're just working normal jobs, doing normal things that are incredibly boring, and they're not being all that talent. To me, all that talent is being wasted on paperwork or selling cars or personal training or real estate, whatever they decided to do. Some become programmers. They're not creating magic anymore. Seabase says, I agree with what you say. The medium should live side by side. Yes. But it's not up to us. Tiny Toons coming back would be great. Will it, Warren, though? Or will it look like crap? Because they brought back DuckTales. I know a lot of people like DuckTales, but I do not like the new style. I don't like the music. I don't like the style. I don't like the voice actors. I feel like it's a cash grab. Some people, I can't stand it. I feel really bad. I know there's animators and people who worked on it or whatever, but I did not like the new DuckTales. I was very disappointed. I think there was a new Chippendale Rescue Rangers, or Chippendale. I don't know what happened to that. Did it ever get released? I don't know. I remember seeing like photos or pictures of Chippendale. I don't know if that actually happened or not. But I know for a fact that I don't like the new DuckTales, which is also animated overseas. Chris Line says, to be honest, I never cared for the CGI in the first Toy Story movie. I was very underwhelmed by the CG art. Even if the models were okay, the tech for the texturing must not have been advanced. And no, it definitely wasn't. That was like the start. Hey, Carolina's in here. I would love more animation aimed at adults, 2D and 3D. I knew if I ranted, someone who was watching would come in and say something. You were there the whole time, weren't you? You were waiting for me to say something. So welcome. And again, if any of you guys have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit the notification bell, because on Monday I'm going to be probably coloring. Here, let me zoom out. I'll be coloring this. I'll probably finish all the smudge up. There's not much left now, but I'll probably finish all the smudge up by Monday, probably tomorrow actually, and then I'll color it on Monday. Let's see. Seabay says anime studios, except for maybe the Kyoto Animation Studio, pay pathetically. Yeah. Well, I mean, it is what it is, you know. I mean, animation. To be honest, to make an animated feature film here in America, especially if there's lots of changes done to it, it's going to cost like $35 million. But after advertising and changes and marketing and all that stuff, I think I said marketing twice, or advertising and marketing, you're looking at like $70 million. That's a lot of money. You have to win the lottery and then spend all the money you just won in the lottery to make a single movie, and then hope it doesn't bomb. Especially now with COVID and everything, I mean, movies are bombing. They're not making what they would have made. Like Tenet that just came out, it made what, $50 million? It would have probably made $500 million by now if there was no COVID. And Bill and Ted, same thing. They're not making much money either, because, I mean, one, they want you to pay digitally, but digitally it's like 12, or not 12, $20, or $25 even. I think Mulan was going to come to Disney Plus, and they wanted, what, $30? I'm not going to pay $30 for a crappy remake. No, thank you. No way. I'm not a big fan of remakes to begin with. Let's see. Crystalline says, I agree with you on the reboot of DuckTales. I'm glad somebody does. There are some people out there who really like the new DuckTales, like Warren. You nut. Warren's my friend, so I can call him a nut. Crystalline says, if I'm being totally honest, I thought the original Tron with its CGI was more immersed than the first Toy Story. I love Tron. Tron was amazing. And you know what? I'll be honest, I actually do like Toy Story. I thought Toy Story was very charming. I think the story was really well made, and I could see, man, but Toy Story, just imagine if Toy Story was done 2D animation, in 2D animation. Imagine that. If it was animated traditionally. It still would have made billions of dollars. It would have, 100%. The music, the story, everything. It would have made $1 billion, or it would have made just as much as the CG version of it. The story was that good, and they have great voice actors, Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. It would have done the same, maybe even more. You never know. There's no way to gauge that, but I know for a fact if Toy Story was done 2D, it would have been a hit, and 2D might not have died. They would have said, well, there's Toy Story. And they go, all right. And then it would have had to made more Toy Stories in 2D. Now, how about that? Because, I mean, the last Disney hit they had in the 2000s, I mean, that was Lilo and Stitch. There was a lot of spin-offs of Lilo and Stitch, a lot of direct-to-DVD stuff. I have all of it, and a TV show. But, you know, Stitch got an itch or glitch or whatever. Not an itch, a glitch. And a couple other ones as well. But, you know, that was Disney's last 2D hit, because Home on the Range was awful. And, I mean, who wants to watch a thing about a bunch of old lady cows? I don't know who your target audience was for that, but yeah, it wasn't young kids or teenagers, that's for sure. Like a bunch of teenagers wants to watch a bunch of old lady. Not saying there's anything wrong with old ladies, but animation, you're going after the wrong audience there. Maybe grandmothers brought their, you know, grandchildren, and that was it. Let's see. Chris says, Whistles, so roughly 100 million for an animated feature once everything is figured into it? Pretty much. Pretty much. They really should make more movies like Into the Spider-Verse, because they integrated 2D and CG so beautifully. Sorry if I keep bringing it back, but I love that movie so much. Spider-Verse, you know, It was good for what it was, but I wasn't that big of a fan. I thought that the story had too many plot holes. I mean, come on. Why was there a spider in the middle of the sewer? Why did he really have to be in the sewer? I mean, just a lot of it was just I don't like the storytelling. There's just something wrong with the story. And some of the animation, I'm not a big fan of choppy animation where they chop. It's a style where they chop frames out. Not a big fan of that. I keep hearing where they integrate 2D stuff. I don't think they did. I think that's just people are saying, but I mean, it wasn't 2D. That thing was 100% CG. So I'm not quite sure about the integration there because that whole movie was done in CG. And I have friends who worked on that film actually, and I still say I don't like it. Actually, I'm not a big fan of even the new Spider-Man. Tom, what's his name? Tom Mullen or something? Tom Holland. Not a big fan of him being Spider-Man or that story of him. I think Iron Man was great. But I'm not a big fan of Tom Holland. I don't think he's. I'm still the original Spider-Mans with Tobey Maguire, the first and second one. Third one can be erased, but I remember seeing the first two Spider-Mans when I was really young, and I was like, these are great Spider-Man movies. And the way they did it, and the upside-down kiss and all that. The new Spider-Mans just feel too bubblegum to me. Like they're made to be made and be. When I say bubblegum, it means there's no real depth, and it's just silly or running and jumping and hiding. There's no feeling in it. And that's one thing movies these days are missing is feeling. Just my opinion. Chris says, oh yeah, the story in Toy Story wasn't bad, just I thought they should have waited and visually wasn't good as all the gushing accolades showered upon it. Just my thoughts. You know what they should do? They should remake it in 2D. How about that? C-Bits, okay, LL, I'll agree to the plot holes. That was weird. Right? I mean, a lot of the lighting in there and like the backgrounds were amazing in Spider-Verse. But again, no depth, gags, silliness, goofiness, plot holes. It just wasn't there for me. And the whole multiverse thing. I mean, once you open up the multiverse, it's just too many possibilities. I mean, it just gets irritating. It's like there's a billion possibilities then, a billion different Spider-Mans. It just gets to the point where you're just like, okay, who made up a different Spider-Man today? It's a Billy Goat Spider-Man. Yay! I mean, come on. It's just a bunch of people in a room saying, picking out of a hat, what animal should we make a freaking Spider-Man today? Let's see. Have you watched any Studio Trigger's work? The animation is amazing, and they're coming out with Cyberpunk series. I've seen the Cyberpunk stuff. That looks freaking cool. But I'll wait until I've actually seen it. Chris Line says, agreed. Tobey was a decent Spider-Man and Peter Parker. Just in the first two. I like the part where one of the most meaningful scenes I remember was the kiss. And also the scene where he stops the subway from falling. And then the New Yorkers see his face. And they're like, here you go, Spider-Man. Don't worry. We won't say anything. I mean, that was heart. That was love. That was devotion. That was great writing. I love that part. In fact, there's a Lego part of that. I saw a Lego remake of that scene, and it was a wonderful thing. Chris Line says 2D or revamp in 3D, a remaster, right? I agree. Chris Line says, yeah, the first two were good. The third one, I think they're like, let's just destroy the series and make it as stupid as possible. All right. The bunny is done. I think he's done. This might be a leg. I gotta double check with Don. But all right, how long have we been doing this? Wow, we've been on here for an hour and 23 minutes. My goodness. Is Warren still here? No, I left. Thanks, Warren. Jeez. He's the one that gets me to do this, and he leaves. C-Bay, the Lego Batman movie was the only Batman movie I enjoy. That's hilarious. Lego Batman movie was actually pretty good. And the guy that does the voice, he's hilarious. But again, it's just a gag movie. So if you just want to go to the theater and feel good and just laugh and that's it, and then leave the film and forget everything you just watched, that's what gag movies are about. Just taking you out of the real world for a short, brief moment. But it's the movies that make you think about your own life and think about your future, your past, or think about humankind, or what you can do to make the world better, or inspire you to do something. Those are the movies that are meaningful. And a lot of the movies these days, like Lego Movie, Spider-Verse, you know, Pixar movies. I mean, that Onward movie. Did anybody see that? Did it just go directly to Disney Plus? Uh, I just don't feel it. There's no heart. Even like Frozen. I just feel like they're pandering. I don't feel heart in Frozen. They try, but I think you can tell that they're trying, and it's kind of irritating. Warren says chillin'. Nice. So am I. The air conditioner's popped back on. Chris Line says exactly something you can relate to, like Mr. Bluth's film. Yeah, Don's films all have heart. I mean, when Littlefoot's mother dies, it's like you feel something in your throat, in your stomach. And yes, I'm getting physical. I'm sorry. I'll get back to work. Warren's like, shut up. It's a small room, so I can get like that, right? All right. Let me finish up this. If there's anything you guys want to say, because I'm probably going to end it. It's getting late. And Warren just told me to shut up. That's why I want you in here, Warren, to keep me on track. But yeah, I'm going to finish up here, just finish this leg. So if there's anything you want to say or ask, thank you again for being in this super top secret Discord only and YouTube subscriber only live stream. I really appreciate it. Hopefully those who were in here and see that we did it won't feel betrayed. It's the last thing I want to do. But that means they'll subscribe and be like, I'm not going to miss it next time you do super secret, top secret live stream. That looks good. Okay. Let's zoom out. Look at that bunny. He looks great. Yes. Okay. Warren says, no, it's good. Yeah, you just want to hear my secrets. Chris Line says, everyone has their things that they get on a soapbox for. Yeah. I meant in a good way, haha. Seabay, thoughts on independent projects? Well, I started as an independent project. Well, I mean, I was born an independent. I started making cartoons as an independent animator in Flash in 1999 and on Newgrounds, and won some awards. And I feel like I repeat this all the time, but I've made over 100 independent cartoons, like shorts. A lot of them are on YouTube, but a lot of them are on my old website, flashcartoons.org. Super secret, top secret live stream. That's pretty cool. That's what I should call it. Here's the website. Is that even clickable? I don't think it's clickable. Let me do it again. Nope. Oh, there we go. Let me delete that one. Remove. Okay. So yeah, I started making cartoons in Flash. A lot of them are really bad. So just be warned. I made a lot of parodies. Some of my parodies and videos were viral videos that got millions and millions of views. I even made a Weird Al video that Weird Al actually put on his website. So I thought that was an epic part of my life. It was like 2006, before I started learning hand-drawn animation, before I met Don, and I was just making Flash cartoons for fun. I made a Weird Al video, and he put it on his website, and I was like, I made it. I did it, everybody. 100, well, I'm struggling with one. Yeah, 100 plus like 100 games. I had help with the games, though. I had a friend who was a programmer, so I designed the games, made all the graphics, than he'd program. But I designed the games and came up with the games. But yeah, so tons of cartoons. But see, those cartoons I made from 1999 to I think 2012 was my last Flash game. Because at that 2012, I was in Florida and I started doing some major training with some Disney guys. And before that, and from 2009 to 2012, I was taking Don Bluth classes, but I had a big savings, so I was home all the time in Florida. So I was able to do the assignments he gave out, plus work on my own cartoons on the side. So I was just a cartoon machine those days, like just boom, 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 boom. Um, but yeah, I guess I still am kind of a cartoon machine, but I just don't make shorts anymore because Flash is dead, unfortunately. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe so you can get to the next super secret, top secret live stream. Crystalline says, I wish I could make some more games. I just can't wrap my brain. Again, when it comes to independent projects, don't go at it alone. But don't find people who won't help you or who lie and say they will help you and they don't help you. I'm sure you've all been there. It's like, yeah, I'll help you. And then they don't help you. And then you just do it all by yourself. I've been there so many times. That's why I just did it all myself back in the day. Because I've had people who said they were going to help. They never helped. I just did it by myself. Or if they did help, I didn't like what they did. So I was like, I'll just do it myself. See you later. Sorry. But it's always good to set up a team that's reliable. And that once you have a reliable team, you'll be unstoppable. I believe in that. I have ideas. I just sketch and write ideas out for now. That's good. That's what you're supposed to do. I've got boxes full of cartoon and game ideas, and a bunch in my head and a bunch on my computer. I mean, there's just tons. Cartoon making machine, yes. TM. Maybe I could find an idea and show you guys one of my old cartoon ideas. Let's see. Here's one. Here's one of my old ideas. It's called Necktied. It is about this is a giraffe, if you guys know what a giraffe is. And this is, I will not talk about this kind of stuff in the main live streams. This is only for the super secret, top secret live stream. If I think I said that right. But this was a cartoon idea I had. I just picked the first one I saw in my folder. And what he does is he wants to eat these apples on a really, really tall tree. But the problem with the tree is that there's all these branches that he's got to go around with his neck. So then his neck gets tied. So then he needs help because his neck is tied, and then all he wants is apples. So he calls out for his friends to help him, and a bunch of his friends come and help him. It's like a feel good story, and then his friends help him. They like create a ladder, get up there, untie his neck, and then they go, okay, just don't do it again. And guess what he does? He does it again because he wants the apple. So he ties his neck again, and then his friends are like, oh, come on. But it's just a nice little short cartoon that teaches you that you fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So try not to make the same mistake twice. And that's what the story's about. Yeah. Thanks, eBay and Crystalline. We'll watch. Well, it's one of those projects that I don't know if it'll ever get off the ground, but again, I've got 1,000 of these, tons. Some of them I've even done some animation for. So maybe in the next super secret, top secret. Am I saying it right? Where is it? Super secret, top secret. Warren wrote it up here somewhere. I lost it. Oh, there it is. Super secret, top secret live stream. I was saying it right. I'll show you some more of my past or some of my ideas that are my ideas, not Don's ideas. Also, by the way, Bluth Fables, Don said he might let me write some of the fables. So I already wrote one. He liked it. He says it needs some work, but maybe we'll make one of my fables into a Bluth fable. Now that would be awesome. So thank you guys so much for being part of this. Seabake, Crystalline, Warren, I think there was somebody else in here that said something a while back. Carolina, thank you guys for being in here, and Charles as well. I don't know if Charles is still in here, but thank you guys for being in this. And the next time we do this, we'll advertise it a little bit more in the Discord and do a at everyone. So we just be a nice big Discord group, and as well as the YouTube group, and not on Facebook or Twitter or anything like that. Because once I advertise on Twitter and Facebook, boom, tons of people get in here, and then it just gets overwhelmed with chat. But yeah, anytime, Warren. Thank you for hanging out with me. Peace out, and see you, babe. Yep, you have a good night, Chris-Line. Hey, Caroline, I knew you were still there, trying to hide from us. Thank you. Thank you for being here. All right, see you guys. Thank you so much.